Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This is Prince Freaky Hakeem. And I'm here with...
And this is your man, Ronnie Ron.
It's your boy, the new Jordanera. Let's go. Let's get it.
We're back at it again. And we're not playing. We're touching feet, touching chins. And you know what I'm saying? And we're knocking out ops. Now, fellas, what's today's conversation?
Today's conversation is this is the one that I think hit over the weekend is concerning what happened in Buffalo, New York. And matter of fact, I was in New York over the weekend, so by me being in New York and hear about it, it was very, very interesting. It was over there in Buffalo, New York, a supermarket called Top Supermarket.
Hey,
a guy go by the name of Peyton. Go ahead.
Yeah, you was looking jiggy out there for the weekend.
Yeah, it was a guy going by the name of Peyton, and he was actually an 18-year-old
white
who put on himself to go out there and go on a killing spree. You know, this one, it really touched home because this deals with the Black community at its finest and at its best. When you come to, you know, people always talking about the white supremacies and all these other different type of topics of white man trying to overconquer black people, and this is the prime example of that. So I just wanted to touch bases on it because there was one of the main massive shooting. There was also other massive shootings throughout the I already know throughout the country. Yeah, but this Houston. One really hit. This one really hit home because it was just normal people grocery shopping, and I came not only that, you just came a few moments ago from grocery shopping. So you get what I'm saying? Like,
with my mother.
You get what I'm saying? So now you turn around your block, you looking both ways, cause now you even feel unsafe to even go grocery shopping now.
And the thing about that, Ronnie, we work in the grocery industry, yo. So it's. Even though I work overnight, you know, but when the store opens, you know, with the place I work at, we have a lot of homeless, you know, population come in and out. You know, some people that look suspicious and everything. So, yeah, this hits, yo. This, you know, for especially our community, you know, and the thing is about it, yo. You know, most of the people that he shot and, you know, people that he took lives from, these were older people in their 50s and 60s.
Every single 70s. One of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. Listen, I call it the Dylan Roof template.
Fact.
Because let me tell you something. He didn't go to the hood of Buffalo to do that.
No.
He didn't went down Montana block. He didn't go to the projects and do that. He would have been dead already by that. He would have been dead already, unalived, is what we were saying. Because I have a unique perspective about this. Here's the thing. Hello?
Yeah, we listen.
This is why we come on Chaos Culture Radio and we try to wake our peoples up and say, you have to do for self. And do for self also is protecting yourself. Being aware of your surroundings, understanding. Now, mind you, this was a supermarket. Most of our mothers go to the supermarket on a Saturday too, because we real steppers. We at home sleeping because we just came from work overnight. I've never went to the supermarket on a Saturday. That's something women do. They be there with the kids and stuff like that. So when I seen it, it did mess me up mentally, especially that little 2-minute clip when. A lot of people said this, and it said it looked like a video game. The point of view he was streaming, it looked like a video game. And I said to myself, in America, at this time, where somebody with a 180-page manifesto, and this is why I got an issue with his parents. His parents said that paranoia and isolation snap. No, miss, your son already felt like that. You live in the woods. You've never had no sense of diversity. He already felt like whatever he's been thinking and seeing on the internet. Listen, a lot of people didn't understand this. This was troubling. In the manifesto, which I read, he kept saying immigrants. Who is immigrants? He kept calling somebody an immigrant. Where you went at was where Black Americans live at, who's been in this country far before who built this country. How are their immigrants and who is their replacement? Look at the gun. He said, here's your reparation. I always tell people, the enemy, best thing they're good at is killing, not building, not structuring, but killing and destroying. That's what their history is all about. So when I look at this and I tell this to all the gangsters and all this and that, hey, this is what your grandmothers and mothers are going through right now. They're not going after y'all because they know not to come after us, because we be lurking, we strapped up. A lot of us know how to use a pistol. A lot of us is flight or fight. I seen if I was there, it would have been on. You feel me? It would have been on. Like it would have been on. But here's the funny thing is, we have to wake up now. I'm talking about everybody who think this thing is a game. They think this thing is, oh, we making strides. No, brother, we still in the mud of it. Shit has hit the fan. Your grandmothers is getting killed, and your bishops and your deacons. People who can't squash a fly, he's knocking them off. Now he's in protective custody in prison. We run the prisons. We can't even get to him. We can't even get to him. He wasn't supposed to go. He wasn't supposed to live that day. Police had every right to gun him down. They didn't. They patted him on the back. I seen one white boy had his hand on the back. I said, okay, this is what we live in. Ain't no pressure. We'll get you in the back end. You can't keep doing the people for so long and think it ain't gonna be a reflux. You're not gonna win. Listen, you might win the battle. You ain't gonna win the war. I bet on that. Because the kids that's coming up behind us, they got no fear. They ain't scared to die. That's why I don't play with people. I don't sit around here juck and jive. I don't do none of that with them folks. Because I don't want to have, if something happened to my people, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to go all out. I'm ready to go to prison. There's nothing to think about it. So nobody won't think that I was a funny dude and I'm backsliding. No, I don't fuck with y'all anyway. Never did. Never talked about it. You never see me hung around one because I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. It hurts. It hurts to see grandmothers getting laid out in parking lots and in the supermarket between the egg and bread aisle. What? You gangsters don't feel no kind of way? Your grandmother got laid between the bread and an egg aisle just because somebody woke up because he didn't like her because of the color of her skin and said that she was here to replace her? An 86-year-old is here to replace you?
No, he said according to reports, they say he's saying the black race is going to overshadow the white race because of interracial marriage. And we talked about that on the podcast before.
We talked about that too. He had an issue. He had an issue with white girls dating black dudes.
Correct.
Converts, what he called them. Converts.
That is correct.
We can't help it if your sister like Mandingo stick.
Hey, Ronnie, and I mean, I want to say this too. When they do this stuff is planned. Like these people be planning this stuff. It could be from 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And the thing is, they be finding places to do it, and they find the easiest place they can pick, which is the grocery store, because everybody's, shopping. Nobody's thinking about anything. Everybody's calm. Everybody's calm, shopping. It's like, they won't go to the hood or something like that. They like to go to certain places, and this can happen anywhere, anywhere in the country, from all the way from here to California to Florida, all the way into the Midwest to Colorado. It could happen anywhere. And with these not so strict gun laws and everything, like, it's like this happens. It's like we hear this type of stuff happen. Like we heard, like the Denver, Colorado grocery store last year.
Yeah.
And the thing is about it's like, This is not going to be the last time.
Nope.
This might happen again this year or next year. And people, you need to wake up and need to be prepared. Protect your own.
Yeah.
Protect your life, protect your family's lives, because it can happen anywhere. Anywhere.
And the funny thing is, a lot of those people who died that day, they believed in God.
Yes.
There was church-going people. One of them was a deacon. One of them was, mind you, one of the guys that was there, he was there. He does a thing where he picks people up in the neighborhood, drops them off to the supermarket, and picks them back up and take them home. He was there doing a public service, a deacon. And he believed in God. And he got laid out by an 18-year-old white boy. Did God fail him? I'm asking you, black man, black woman, did God fail him? Or did we fail him? I want you to question that when you go home and go to sleep at night and wonder when people are getting cooked like bacon. What about the young brother who got killed the other day who had his hands up? And the black and the white officer cooked him like bacon. It's clearly on air. Police never seem to find the guys with the hammers on them. They always cooking somebody with bacon, but this white boy come out there with heavy artillery, body armor. Where do you listen? I can't even go get no body armor. They listen, just to reflect on what you say, the gun law's always been strict, but they've been strict for black folks, not for white folks. An 18-year-old white boy can go get him a rifle, AR-15, a 223. It ain't nothing wrong with them. 18, nothing. They can go walk in there getting them a rifle. They ain't gonna need to be in no issue. I'd rather get caught with it than get caught without it. If you want to interpret that the way you want to interpret that, interpret that. I'd rather get caught with it than go without it. I'm not it's not playing this year. You shoot up a place where I'm at, we gonna handle that. Because you want to know why? This is why people need to start building their own communities and being aware of this type of stuff. But the problem is we have a problem with organizing. We have a problem with getting together. All this we shall overcome stuff. I heard the guy talk on there. I say, let's stop that back. Let's stop that we shall overcome. Ain't no overcoming. We dying on the streets.
I agree 1,000%, Hakeem. That era, that was back in the era. We in a new era now. It's time to protect.
Basically.
Period.
If you're not ready to die, we can't have this conversation. If you're not ready to protect your women and children, we can't have this conversation. If you're not ready, and you need to you see this, we need to rethink on having kids if you're not going to prepare your kids of what's coming out here for them right here. It ain't going nowhere. Bigotry, racism, converts, whatever, all these, it ain't going nowhere. Shit, man, shit, I've only seen it gotten worse in the days. I thought the 80s were bad. No, it's worse than now. We had it fun. This is why when I say the safest place for a black man and a black person, people might not like when I say is the ghetto. I want you to think about that because you want to know why? In the ghetto, I've never been accosted by police like that. Sometimes, but when you're in your own habitat, you can watch out for certain things.
And also, how can I say this? When you live in the hood, you live in the ghetto, there's certain rules you know about to do, what not to do.
Thank you.
That's why when people, like some people outsiders come, we don't know you. We don't like what is you? You don't know the rules around here. You don't play by our rules.
No. This is why he picked the supermarket to do more damage.
Exactly.
He could not have went to the projects and there was a couple guys outside, they was gonna let their gun blow. Point blank, period. If he would have came out there with the tactical gear, somebody in the window would have been pushed out. They would have pushed out the window. I said, he got a gun. Y'all boys let that gun blow. Grandmothers, it's again and again. It's not, he's not, these folks ain't killing steppers, they killing grandmothers. They killing unarmed people. They never get the steppers. And then they tell you then they ask, one white boy had the nerve to ask Mr. Whitfield, what about forgiveness? He said, my mama ain't coming back. No, you want to know what it is? An eye for an eye. You killed my mama, let's go. You killed my mama, let's go get the other dude mama.
That's what I'm saying. That's justice. See, that's
justice right there. That's just, matter of fact, let's wipe his whole bloodline. But you want to know something? We too scared to do something like that. And you want to know something? I'm not promoting no violence. I'm not promoting no violence. I ain't asking about that. I'm also not asking to turn the other cheek. I'm asking for people who ready to die.
No, but that's the biggest issue we have right now in the community. The community is the Black people don't trust cops because you see how it always favors the other race or the other party. It never favors the Black person party. Like, for example, if a Black person would have did that, you see the other turn around, the Black person would have end up dead.
Yeah, 100%.
You get what I'm saying?
We had the I don't know, we covered the New York shooting not too long ago. A black guy did that. He was he's somebody who had listen, all that shooting he did, he ain't killed not one person.
Correct.
This person came here with tactical body armor. People, that man's supposed to be unalived right now. There's no way of looking at it. I don't want to be friends. I don't care about forgiveness. Forgiveness. I want vengeance. For grandmothers, I want vengeance. Dylan Roofs are not supposed to be living this long. That's the problem with y'all folks. After they take somebody special for you, got nothing to live for. You don't got nothing to live for. When I seen those grandmothers' faces, they looked like my grandmother. They ain't look no different. The old men, they look like old men in my family.
Yeah, great aunties and great uncles.
Listen. One of the ladies he killed was the former fire commissioner of Buffalo's. You talking about?
Yeah.
This white boy went and killed prominent people who was in the neighborhood. He didn't care who they was. Then he entered a plea to not guilty. That's when I know America don't care about Black people. When I seen that, when he said the internet, it should have been the John Hury. I say it's execution time. We got him on video. We need to execute him by the end of the week. That's when I know America does not care about Black people. This is why
I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you. See, other country does that. The United States is the only country that allow you to go to all these trials, which is unnecessary. You got the evidence on video. Have the man executed. It shouldn't even be a conversation at this point.
And we shouldn't have to wait.
We're wasting time here.
We don't have to wait for like 6 months to the year to hurry up to get them to execute them.
Listen, why you think Akon said?
I agree.
I want to go back to what Akon said, and a lot of people didn't like what he said. He said America was never built for Black people.
No,
that's a fact.
Clearly, he said America was never built for Black people. We was used to build America. We need to start rethinking where we need to congregate. I always said, let me make $1 million today. I'll be in Ghana. I'll be in Nigeria. I'll be in you know what I mean? I'll be in Jamaica. I'll be in Haiti. I'll be in wherever is Black faces. I'll be there. Because I know there I can have me a couple ammunition and sticks ready to go.
And originally, this is a Native American country. This is not a white people country. They're Europeans. This is a Native American country.
Yes. And listen, what did the Europeans did to the natives when they did here? The Trail of Tears. A lot of people don't remember that. I remember that in middle school. I read the book, The Trail of Tears. 3 million Native Americans moving them from one area to another. Many of them died.
Yes. And that's a story that they don't want to talk about.
They don't want to talk about. This is why they don't want to talk about critical race theory in school. Exactly. They don't want to talk about how vicious white people history are. Listen, they're the architects of killings. I've never seen nobody else kill more people in a style throughout all the history. The atomic bomb, guns, the Kalashnikov, anything we're talking about, ain't no black man never created no gun.
Mm-hmm. And you know what it starts in the school? It all started with Thanksgiving. Oh, we came up to the Europeans came up to American, and we saw the Native Americans, and we trade food and all that type of stuff,
Yeah.
and try to build each other. It's like, this is some blind. Y'all are some goddamn liars. So I swear.
Listen, they gave you one book to read to school, but when you get out of school, a person gave you another book. He said, "Here's the truth about Thanksgiving: smallpox,
Exactly,
liquor." They was giving the Indians tainted blankets with smallpox and diseases. For God's sakes, the Indians, listen, they gave the Indians liquor back then. The Indians are still on liquor now. I ain't talking about all of them, but there is a substance abuse issue in most Native American towns. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Are you speaking facts?
He's speaking facts.
So when we come in, we had these conversations. It's tough, man. It's tough. But I want people who are non-black to understand this. Your people are not going through what we're going through. Constant harassment, being arrested, being shot. Grandmothers are being laid out by your sons. What do you think we supposed to feel? We supposed to get the other cheek? No, do us a favor. Sacrifice your son for us. Show us that, listen, the only way I could trust you right now, it's the only way I could trust you right now to show that you really love us and have compassion for my people is sacrifice your son. Do the honorable thing. Take one knife and brandish it to the next level of his neck, to show us that my grandmother didn't die in vain, to show us you hold us in solidarity. Ain't no forgiveness here. I don't want him to breathe. You have to feel where I'm coming from.
And another thing too with this, another thing with the law has to be changed too as well, because the law has to be changed too as well, because it seems like every time something happens, the shooter always play insanity. That's not right, because you took away someone's life, and then afterwards you say, "Oh, this person say he's mental in the head." Okay, how come they didn't figure out a long time ago, or all these evidence proving that this person is deadly to society? Get rid of him or put him somewhere that he need to be, to have the help he needs. But they wait till a current event occurs, and they say, "Oh yeah, he was insane. That's why. That's why."
Listen,
he was insane.
Since this happened, these weak Black caucus members are asking for an anti-black bill. We don't need no anti-black bill. We need guns. We need protection. What an anti-black bill going to do? They still going to go out there and ravish our neighborhoods.
And also, Hakeem, not just guns, we need training.
Listen, now we're talking. Every Black girl and boy being born from here on now should have some sort of gun and military training, tactical training. Listen, I'm gonna talk about this one. You ever heard of the MOVE movement?
No.
The MOVE movement was a group of Black people who was based out of Philadelphia. This the first time. This was a recent event where the city of Philadelphia dropped bombs on kids and people. They had labeled these people terrorists. They formed a group. They was not playing. They was getting guns. They was getting this. And listen, they had not harmed not one person. And let me tell you how vicious these people are. The bones of the kids were being studied at one of these colleges. One of these upscale colleges, and they had to come out. They had to come out and apologize, and they still have not returned the bones of the kids and the people that was born. And this was in the 1980s. They did this in Philadelphia. You here, you on borrowed time if you're not on your own land. That's why you need entrepreneurship, so you can buy your own compound and be able to buy land in another country. We're not safe here. It's just a point blank. There's no, whatever strive you thinking you trying to make, You can get to where you're going. You can be a multimillionaire, but you're still a nigger at the end of the day. Excuse my language. I'm going to tell you something. As a grown 40-year-old man, I cried when I seen the video. I want y'all to hear my voice when I tell you this. As a grown, you heard me ranting the whole podcast. As a grown 40-year-old man, I cried. When I seen the body drop of an older lady, not a man. This is not a person he shot that was in the army. It was in a tactical woman. There was a woman in her nice Sunday's finest. I cried. And I'm not going to even lie to you. I was broken. Because you want to know why? You as a man, I felt helpless because I couldn't do nothing. I'm watching it through a video. The event had already happened, but as a man, you're looking at somebody who you look like you, and I look at my own mother. This is why I've always been very advocated about taking my mother places, going to the supermarket with her. I don't like her for her to catch the bus because I want to be able to protect the woman in my life. I wasn't able to protect them ladies because their sons wasn't there. I felt like I should have been there to protect her. That hurts me, man. It hurts me so much in my heart to see people go through stuff like that. And you just want to live. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, forget about living, man. I want to be safe. Life is finite. But the women and the children in our life are supposed to live happy and good. You can't even go to a supermarket. You can't even go to a restaurant without nobody giving you no problem. Or going to somewhere where police don't pull up and call the police. What's next? People only do that because they know we're passive. They know that we don't have killing built into us. They think we do. No, we're God-fearing people, the chosen one. But I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna hear this from my words. Our kids, our grandchildren, they're not gonna be like us. They're not passive. They're not gonna be like the ones prior before us. These are some new generation Black kids. And that's all I'm going to say.
No, this is a touchy subject. I don't really have too much to say because it shows you. And I watched the video too. The video showed you that even it was a guy that I think he was planning on shooting, and that the guy was just like him. He said, "Oh," he actually apologized. Said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, that white guy,
a Black person, right?
Yeah,
yeah. And that to me didn't make no sense at all, because I'm saying, okay, if he's on a killing spree, you're supposed to kill everybody, but it seems like they always target Black people. You know, it's just a hurtful situation, and I know a lot of people was having a debate about it because there was other killing spree going on, and there's always Black on Black crime and all these other stuff that we always talk about on this podcast. But this one right here, it touched home because it showed you like women was defenseless. They're just doing the normal thing women normally do. Go to the grocery store and just shop.
You touched on something.
And then somebody pivotal. Lost his damn mind. Go ahead.
You touched on something real pivotal. When these shootings happen, they always want to bring Black on Black crimes up. And that's a way for people who want to kind of sympathize, in a sense, with the killers. But then I asked, the reason we got Black on Black crime has nothing to do with us. That's something that was already perpetuated from the beginning. Who you think caused that? I ask people this, why you think we have Black on Black crime now? Why you think we don't like each other now? You think we just so happily woke up one morning and say, oh, I'm going to go kill John Paul across the street. He an op. Where do you think the hatred was built us from? Black people have no sense of hatred in us. Where do you think the division comes from? That's why I say when people start mentioning Black on Black crime, I say, where do you think that started from? I said, we can go back and trace from the 80s and 90s. Was we killing each other like that? No, what do you think would happen? Disparity. You feel I'm trying to say? Flooding the neighborhood with crack and cocaine. No jobs, guns, teaching us self-hatred. Like,
yeah, they try to do that to the facade of, like I said, of mass shooting. It's like, yo, these mass shootings is so far worse.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, I don't see why they don't get it, because like mass shootings we see it's, to me, I think like the uptake. It's like I feel like we see it 4 or 5 times a year. And I feel like something's gonna happen in the summertime.
Yeah, it is. But all we got to do is just teach us once. We'll be ready.
Yeah.
You don't think a lot of black dudes are looking at what just happened at that supermarket and say, hey, it's time to go get strapped?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think people are now saying, hey, mom, let me take you to the supermarket. Hey, matter of fact, wait till next week. I'll take you.
Or I'm calling. Hey, mom. Hey, you going to the supermarket? Let me know.
Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, mama, stay home. We'll Instacart you some groceries.
Right. There you go. There you go. Instacart and Amazon shopping.
Basically. Not only that, there was one last point that I'm gonna say. That area, since that person did that, that area was technically a food desert. That was the only supermarket in that area.
Mm.
That was the only supermarket in that area. So now they have to call on Uber and Lyft to bring people to go to other places. That's a whole nother conversation of redlining and why is that as a food desert and there's only one supermarket in a big area like that for the black people. That's something the city of Buffalo don't want to talk about yet.
Mm. Not just those cities, but there's other cities too.
Facts.
All across the country.
Facts. So, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
So, you know, man, that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that too. I would say that I firmly believe that the laws need to be changed. There need to be more restriction out of that. But if you kill somebody on site, you should be executed on site.
Facts.
I don't think it should be a trial. I don't think it should be pleading insanity. I don't think none of that should be allowed. And they always say you gotta allow people to get grace. I think that's the problem. We're allowing too many people to give grace, and then when it comes to our side, there's no grace given.
Facts, man.
And Ron, I'll say this. I'm gonna take that. They'll kill us. They'll kill us on site, but they won't kill the other ones on site.
I'm done. I'm done. The grace. They give them grace, but they won't give us grace. That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yep. I'm done. That's it.
That's it. You all know, on the behalf of KL Culture Radio, we pray for the family. Our condolences go out, because that could have been my sister. That could have been my mom. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That could have been like anybody on this panel. And that's how seriously this is, that this needs to stop. KL Culture Radio, we out.
We out, baby. Peace.